Taurus, welcome to your mid-November general reading. Please do remember these are general readings, so they may not resonate with everyone. If you do want a reading specific to your personal situation, I am open for personal readings. You can either book that straight through on my Etsy shop or reach out to me by email, and both of those are in the description box. Okay, Knight of Swords, Knight of Cups. Nine of Wands. Queen of Pentacles. There you are, Taurus. Okay, so what have you got going on here? Page of Cups. Four of Swords. Ten of Cups. And the Four of Cups. Okay. Okay, Taurus. So, we've got first out the Knight of Swords, which is I almost always read that as a hasty action. The word on this card is spontaneity. So it could have kind of, you know, a milder take to it. And then there's the Knight of Cups. So there's two knights out. And the Knight of Cups is, you know, he's a dreamy kind of romantic knight. I always say he likes to have romantic experiences, you know, so it's not exactly like a player, but kind of, because, you know, they like to have these romantic experiences, you know, where they're very passionate and driven and just romantic and wistful, but it's a little bit love bombing, right? Like, you know, and then because they just like the succinct experience of it, and then they'll, you know, they'll move and woo someone else, right? And so I honestly, I don't know if this is two energies that you were dealing with, Taurus, or if it's, a person with both of those flavors. And that probably depends on your situation, because I am reading some like third-party energy here that you might have around you, Capricorn, because then the Nine of Wands comes out with the Queen of Pentacles. This may also be that you've been dating, right? That you've been dating, and these have been kind of options that you've you know, dabbled into, right? That could be. But the Nine of Wands is about having like a lot of burdens and responsibilities, or feeling like kind of overwhelmed, but you're still going. You're still in that kind of determination energy of like trudging forward, right? You're on your path of personal growth, and so you're trying to move forward on that. But whatever the situation was here, right? I see Page of Cups, which is about, usually like an offer of an apology, or like an emotional offer of some kind. And I'm seeing Four of Swords, clarifying that. So healing, right? So basically there's an energy of either you giving or receiving, you know, an apology here, but being in a state of healing. And I'm guessing that has to do with these energies over here. Again, that could be one person, or it could be multiple people. And so, you know, so then I'm seeing the Ten of Cups, and, you know, and that's about like that ultimate harmony and happiness, like having that romantic love, having love of, you know, children and family around you, you know, all of that. And then the Four of Cups is about a disappointment. And so I'm seeing just being in like a disappointed space, almost like you're at this point not sure if that's even something that's like for people like you. Like you don't know if you're deserving or worthy of like that, because it just hasn't been working out the way that you wanted. And it always ends up being these situations that you feel like you ultimately, you know, have to heal from, or, you know, receive an apology to continue. you know, and I get the sense that you're kind of like, why do I always end up in this situation where, you know, like, why can't they not screw up instead of screw up and, you know, ask me to take them back after they apologize for what they've done. And, you know, so, I'm going to go ahead and just pull like 2 more cards for you guys. 8 of Swords. And 5 of Cups. So what it's telling you is that, you know, that's exactly what we just talked about. Those are self-imposed, self-limiting beliefs, right? That like, you know, maybe this is just not meant for me, or maybe, you know, like I don't have a person out there, or, you know, maybe, you know, you're kind of getting stuck in your head in terms of like why I mean, but the thing is it doesn't work out until it works out, right? Like it never works out until it works out. And sometimes things work out, you know, for a while, but then you decide that it's not something that you want, or that person wasn't what you thought they were, right? And so, you know, but that's so many times, and especially in relationships, when we're dealing with other people, their inability to see our value, or moreover, them just not being interested in the same things that we're interested in terms of like a long-term relationship, or, you know, certain expectations or a lifestyle or whatever. You know, we can really get wrapped up in our heads about like what that means for us. But often it just means that like you were meant to cross paths, but not forever, right? Like it's not a failure. It's not saying that you're not worthy of it, or that, you know, you won't ultimately find what you're looking for. It's just saying that person was a learning experience for you on the way. Right. But, you know, but it is those self-imposed, self-limiting beliefs that are really creating so much unhappiness, not only in your life, but then those fears get dragged into these cycles as well. Do you see what I mean? So let's get you guys some guidance on this situation. Eliminate distractions. Stop shining light on things that you are not. How can you reclaim your power? Yeah, and that's what we were talking about, is I think that there's a focus, you know, on at the ending of these kind of relationships of like, well, you know, maybe I wasn't thin enough, or maybe I wasn't pretty enough, or maybe I wasn't smart enough, or maybe I wasn't, you know, like you're trying to analyze what you are not, as opposed to like just recognizing that wasn't your person, right? And so many times the ways that people act and behave have nothing to do with us and everything to do with them. And that's often, I mean, you know that because you see these people going and doing repeated patterns of behaviors. And often we do as well, right? And that comes from our own wounding and our own, you know, childhood trauma and all of that stuff. Those are the dynamics that leave us in states of mind that we don't authentically connect with people or things, right? And so that's what happened with these people. And in a sense, that's what happened here too, right? And we give away so much of our power by wondering if we weren't enough of X, Y, and Z for something, for a job, for an opportunity, for a relationship. It just wasn't where we were supposed to be at that time, right? That it was the end of that path. Okay, you are a joy seeker. What little victories can you celebrate? Yeah, so there's a call to look back and add all the growth that you have done. I mean, it does show that you've been walking through this with the course of determination, that you've been on a path of growth, right? So refocus on like the successes that you've had, and then start, you know, forwardly seeking joy for yourself, and not even just necessarily with relationships, but personal joys, right? The things that bring us joy alone that we just really love to get into. Like, what does that look like for you, right? Okay, we'll get one of these. Fire, confidence, optimism, passion, and bravery. So yeah, that's exactly what we were just talking about. What is it that you can connect with that does bring that passion and fire, because pursue that interest, whatever that is, whether it's a hobby or going to a certain place or, you know, reconnecting with certain people, whatever the case may be, but go and do that, because, you know, anything that brings you that kind of joy and fire in your life, like when you connect with it, those are ways to bring your self-confidence, optimism, and bravery, right? Because you have such a passion for that thing that you're willing to kind of, again, take another little step out of your comfort zone. And because you want to see if I can do this thing now, you know what I mean? So yeah, follow that fire, follow what brings you joy, because there are some answers for you about this, I think, as well within that journey. Okay. I hope that helped, Taurus. And if it did resonate for you, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me build my channel. And that's all I've got for you now, but I'll see you guys again soon. Thank you, Taurus.